Ladies and gentlemen, we have Trace Adkins, co-host and performer this evening.
You guys got to see the show? Yes, good.
That was fun, thank you.
Hey,
All right.
Chris, you've got two under your belt now. And I gotta ask, when they asked you to strap her on you were good with that?
I was uncomfortable. But, you know, she was a good sport about it. Hey man, if she was cool with it, I was cool with it, you know, so.
How about your wife?
Anything for the show. What?
How about your wife?
No, I'm not gonna let her get in it. Christian Chenoweth weighs 93 pounds, so it wasn't a big deal.
About being voted the sexiest man in country. Fans?
Well, you know, that pool's pretty shallow.
Excuse me real quick, her question was, how does he feel about being voted #1 sexiest man by Country Weekly readers?
Yeah, that's what
I'd
I
like to
meant.
repeat the question.
Yeah. I said that pool's pretty shallow. I know all those guys know I'm sexy.
Trace, what did the network actually say to you after last year?
It wasn't really after, it was like during the show. They were like, you know, we'd really appreciate it if you'd say what's on the prompter. And I said, I'd really appreciate you writing something funny so that I could read what's on the prompter.
And how did you think tonight compared with what your request was last year?
Well, I'm glad they brought Kristen Chenoweth. She was funny.
You're going to do it again next year?
You know, so I don't know if you got that much money.
And if they do you say yes?
Oh yeah, they won't have to fatten my wallet. Sure, why not?
The show's kind of billed as the award show for the next generation.
Keith.
Thank you, Trace.
Hey! Toby, good evening, good sir.
How are you?
We can always rely on you for some good quotes.
Okay.
Is this a vindication in some sense?
I think it's nice. Well, it's nice to be recognized. I don't do a lot of these kind of award shows. It's only a couple I even do. So anything involving politics sucks in any form. So I don't play. It's exploitation to sell commercials and make money. And you know, if they're fair, or they, you know, hell, we were first 5 years of this decade. I think if you look on the charts, I think we spent 51 or 52 weeks at #1 the first half of this decade. That's almost one-fifth. That's one-fifth of the first half of this decade. We were sitting with a single at #1, and you know, singles don't last usually but 1 or 2 weeks. And to compound that many, amass and compound that many weeks at #1 through the decade. We were out there every year. We worked every year. Put an album out every year. Didn't take off, and busted our butts. And you know, numbers can't lie. Numbers won't lie.
Can you explain the success and the craze of the Red Solo Cup, and do you have a cure for getting it out of your head?
38 Magnum. Hollow point. We always put a song on my album. We've referred to them for years as bus songs, and there's always one song you can find on any album. Never Smoke Weed with Willie Again. Tie a brand new bow around the same old thing. Something like that always, and we never marketed it. And this time we said, you know what? This thing's so stupid, we're going to market it because it fits in with what we do live in the amphitheaters. And it was a party song, and that's what our shows are. People start tailgating at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We go on at 9. They're coming in there. We've had some shows where we've had 1,500 or 2,000 motorcycles pull in that have rode in from somewhere. We've had, people out there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, big parties, and it's turned into that's my crowd. So I wanted to throw this song out there and market it, and we actually did. Right before we left for Europe last month, I was over there almost a month, we put the video out virally, and I just told radio, I said, it's not a single, but we're going to have fun with it anyway, and I just had Made in America went #1, so I was kind of between singles, so I had a little break there.
And speaking of Red Solo Cup, it is going to be on Glee tomorrow night. Your thoughts on that?
Glee's a big show. It's that kind of song. It's contagious. It'll affect your brain. And the first time I heard it, it sticks in your head, and it's a little banjo thing in it. And it's just proof that you can write a song about anything. And when they become a sensation like that overnight, I think radio is just now getting a hold of it. So I'm getting more spins at radio on Made in America, which has fallen down the charts, than I have on Red Solo Cup yet. But I've got 4 or 5 million hits on the video. So when we finally, this thing has its life and busts through and reaches the masses, then we don't know what the ceiling is on it yet. But it's a fun song. It's almost harmless.
What's the exact words of testicles and arse?
What is the exact word?
No, what is the exact line? In
The lyric?
Yeah.
You, sir, do not have a pair of testicles if you prefer drinking from glass. And then the other one is, unlike my home, they are not foreclosable, and Freddie Mac kiss my ass.
A message, and does radio have any problem with censor buttons on that?
I don't know. I didn't know it was a single, but if you're not afraid to play it, they're playing it. The testicle's part of the body, so if you want to wax on that. And I've already done ass a couple of times and songs, and they went over okay. But that's got to be the medical term for ball sack, don't it?
And the message that goes to Washington about Freddie Mac and Freddie Mac?
There's no message there. Everybody, if you take it out of context, it rhymes with, the reason we put testicles in the song is because it rhymes with festival and receptacle. You get to the end of in glass. We had to have something rhyme with glass. So, but it's all in fun, and it's harmless. I thought the Red Solo Cup people would be pissed, but I think after they threw up the first 2 weeks, that they finally saw more good in it than damage, and now they probably can't buy a Red Solo Cup at Walmart right now.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Song.
It's quiet in here.
Talk about winning your awards tonight, and also I'd love a comment on the inspection you got from Christine.
Inspection.
Oh.
Well, the awards are really awesome. These are particularly awesome because they are fan voted, and my fans do like to vote. That's how I'm here in the first place, from Idol and everything. So they definitely support, and it's just great to be here and just see everybody. And it was a nice. Everything was pretty spread out.
I'm Kristen Chenoweth.
Welcome to Mama.
So
How far was it to work with Tommy here, with Trace Adkins and be hanging on there? He was so great. We just met 2 days ago, and we've been kind of talking about ideas, and he was up for anything, that I would think about, and I was up for anything, and I was really glad he wanted to do the Baby Bjorn. Thought it was funny.
You were on the show for a tribute to Oprah.
Yes, her last show. Wasn't that a great show? Yes. Or her next to last show?
How fantastic was it? How did it?
Aldine, winner of 6 awards this evening.
Thank you.
See, I told you to save the surprise.
All right, see?
You got it. Congratulations.
Now you got to come to all these award shows.
Oh, you find
Get my lucky.
So where are you going to put all these guitars at?
I don't know. I'm going to have to build a new room onto the house or something, but I don't know. I gotta figure that out when I gotta figure out first of all.